Man, watch out.
Adolfo Constanzo grew up in Miami in the 1960s, raised by a mother who practiced Palo Mayombe, a Cuban religion that involves animal sacrifice and speaking to
You
the dead.
mad,
In the
nigga?
1980s, Mexico's drug trade was growing fast.
I
Constanzo
don't
saw an
watch that, man.
opportunity and moved to Mexico City to offer his services to drug cartels. He convinced drug traffickers that his rituals could keep them safe from police and out of prison. He called himself El Padrino, meaning the Godfather. Drug lords paid him large amounts of money to perform rituals before drug runs and police raids. It worked, or at least they believed it did. As his power grew, Constanzo started to believe his own ideas. He pushed the rituals further. Animal sacrifice was no longer enough. He told his followers that freshly killed humans worked better. His
What?
inner circle began kidnapping people off the streets of Matamoros. In
Oh,
March
you talking about this shit
1989, an
nonstop?
American college student named Mark Kilroy disappeared during spring break near the US-Mexico border. Because Kilroy was American, the US government pushed Mexican police to look into it. Police found a ranch outside Matamoros called Rancho Santa Elena. They found 15 bodies buried on the property, all showing signs they had been tortured and ritually killed. Kilroy
Bro, y'all ever watched what's that place called in Texas, bro? Y'all know that place in Texas where that shit happened? They believe it was this man and he had people believing he was God. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Bro, what's the name of that place in Texas, bro? Fuck. Bro, what's the name of that place in Texas? His name was James something. Uh bro, it's on the David Koresh. Yes. That was his name. But what was the name of the shit? What was the name of the place? Uh, sh- uh, uh, fuck, I forgot, bro. Waco. Yes. Bro, y'all saw that stuff, bro. That shit crazy, bro. He had all them people believing he was God. This man used to have sex with these men, wives and shit, bro. Like this shit, that I watched it. I watched the whatchamacallit on Netflix. That shit crazy as fuck.
was among them. Constanzo fled to Mexico City. When police surrounded his hideout, he chose not to be taken alive. He knew that crossing the cartels meant a slow and painful death in prison. He ordered a follower to
W.
shoot him.
Simon,
He was
bro.
26 years old. 14 followers were arrested, but the belief that brought them together never went away. Palo Mayombe is still practiced inside Mexican prisons and among cartel members today. Aum Shinrikyo. Founded by Shoko Asahara in 1984 in Tokyo, Aum Shinrikyo began as a small yoga class. Asahara told his followers he was both Christ and Buddha, and that the United States would soon launch a nuclear war that would kill most of the world. Only his followers would make it out alive. To prepare, he needed money and people with the right skills. The group grew to 10,000 members in Japan and 30,000 in Russia. With that many followers came money,
Damn,
and the group was soon worth over $1 billion. Asahara
damn.
used that money to bring in scientists, doctors, and engineers
Niggas will
and
believe
put them to
anything.
work making weapons,
Facts.
including sarin, anthrax, and Ebola. They built up enough sarin to kill 4 million people. To make
What
killing
the
easier,
fuck?
Asahara taught that murdering an enemy was an act of mercy. Death, he said, saved them from bad karma. Violence started in 1989, when members killed a lawyer building a case against them, his wife, and their 14-month-old son. The next year, Asahara ran for parliament, convinced his group was meant to rule Japan. They lost badly. He believed democracy would never give him power, so he decided to take it by force. In 1994, they released sarin in Matsumoto, killing 8 and injuring 600. In early 1995, Asahara found out police were planning a raid. To stop it, he struck first. On March 20th, 5 members got on Tokyo subway trains during rush hour, placed bags of liquid sarin on the floor, punctured them with umbrella tips, and walked off. 13 died. Over 5,500 were injured. Asahara was caught 2 months later. He and 12 senior members were executed in 2018. The group still exists under the name Aleph. Rajneeshis. In the late 1970s, Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh built a large following in India by mixing religion from the East with ideas about free love and personal freedom. His followers wore orange clothing and worshipped him as a spiritual master. When the Indian government began investigating him for
Nah,
tax evasion
chill.
and local authorities started clashing with his commune, he moved his entire operation to a remote ranch in Oregon in 1981. Within 2 years, his followers had built a fully working city called Rajneeshpuram, with its own airport, police force, and over 7,000 residents. Local Oregon residents and officials wanted the city shut down. To fight back, the group decided to
So
take
that's
control of
it.
local politics by winning county elections. To
Bro.
win, they needed more votes than they had. Their plan was to make enough local voters sick on election day that they could not get to the polls. In 1984, followers secretly put a dangerous bacteria called salmonella into the salad bars of 10 local restaurants. 751 people got sick. It was the largest biological attack on U.S. soil in history. The plot stayed hidden for a year until one of the group's own members came forward and told authorities. The group's leaders fled the country. Rajneesh himself tried to escape, but was caught at an airport in North Carolina. He was fined and forced back to India. Back in India with no other option, he renamed himself Osho and kept the movement going. He died in 1990, but the 751 people his followers poisoned in Oregon were never forgotten. No one served more than 2.5 years in prison for the attack. NXIVM. NXIVM was started in New York in 1998 by Keith Raniere, a man who claimed to have the highest IQ ever recorded and called himself the smartest man in the world. He built the group around a self-help program that promised to help people become better versions of themselves. He chose self-help deliberately. It attracted ambitious, successful people, and having celebrities and business people involved made it harder for outsiders to raise alarms. Thousands joined, including politicians, actors, and business leaders. Hidden inside the group was a secret inner circle called DOS. Raniere kept it secret because if members knew what was really inside, no one would join. Open only to women. It was sold as a special opportunity for personal growth. To get in, each woman had to hand over secrets that could ruin her life, naked photographs, and signed confessions
Diddy
of things
parties.
she had never done. These were kept as a weapon to use against her. Once inside, members were told they had a master and had to follow orders without question. They were put on strict diets, kept from sleeping, and required to be available to Raniere at all times. Several were branded with his initials, using a hot iron to mark them as his property. Each member was also required to recruit new women. Every new recruit brought in more blackmail material, more free labor, and more money. Those who refused faced having their secrets and photographs released. In 2017, one member secretly contacted the New York Times while under blackmail. The story was published, and others came forward. Raniere was arrested in 2018 and sentenced to 120 years in prison. Many of the women he branded carry his initials on their skin for the rest of their lives. The Manson family. Charles Manson was released from prison in 1967 after spending most of his life behind bars. He had no money, no job, and nowhere to go. But he was incredibly good at manipulating people. He moved to San Francisco, where the hippie movement was at its peak, and began gathering followers by preaching free love, communal living, and turning away from normal life. Most of his followers were young women who had run away from home or left their families and were looking for somewhere to belong. Manson used drugs, isolation, and mind games to break down their ability to think clearly. Once they could no longer think for themselves, he told them he was Jesus Christ. They believed him. Manson became obsessed with the Beatles album, The White Album, interpreting specific songs as coded messages, warning of an upcoming race war between black and white Americans. He called his theory Helter Skelter. He believed the war was coming soon, and that his group would hide in the desert until it destroyed everything, then come out and rule what was left. By 1969, the war had not started. Manson decided to trigger it himself. He ordered his followers to break into homes and murder the people inside, leaving clues at the scene to make it look like black people had done it. His plan was...
This shit's stupid. This nigga said some shit was gonna happen, so the shit didn't happen. So he made it happen. Oh my god, bro. Niggas like when you come across a nigga that's evil and weird, bro, you gotta off that nigga again. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta get him out of there. That boy gonna be a problem.
Was that white people would retaliate, sparking the war he had been waiting for. Over 2 nights in August 1969, his followers killed 7 people, including pregnant actress Sharon Tate. Manson was convicted of murder in 1971 and died behind bars in 2017.
There's 2 types of niggas. Niggas that watch it happen, niggas who make it happen.
If the enemy is not attacking you, lay a bait.
I mean, yeah, but shit, somebody's still getting hurt, right? That's like if a nigga try to hurt me, I just got a stunt double. And they go, you know, get the stunt double, but not me. Shit, I still gotta live with that.
Several of his followers remained there for decades. Church of the Lamb of God. Ervil LeBaron grew up in a breakaway Mormon community in Mexico, one of 13 children in a family that believed in having multiple wives. From an early age, he believed God had chosen him to lead. When his brother Joel started a religious group called the Church of the Firstborn in 1955, Ervil joined expecting to take over. The church said no. Rather than leave,
Oh
Ervil
my
started his
god.
own
That nigga said, hell nah. He said, hell nah. Look.
joined expecting to take over. The church said no.
Hell nah. That nigga said, hell nah. One wife is too close to zero. Alright.
Rather than leave, Ervil started his own
bro.
group in 1972, the Church of the Lamb of God. Leaving
Nigga,
would
I
have meant
forgot how
admitting
my-
he was wrong. He told everyone he was the one true voice of God and taught that the only way to be forgiven for your sins was to have your blood shed. Under that teaching, anyone leading people away from his church deserved to die. His first target was Joel. Ervil ordered his followers to shoot him in 1972. Over the following years, he ordered the deaths of leaders of rival groups and anyone who got in his way. Ervil was arrested and sentenced to life in prison in 1980, but prison did not stop him. His followers believed every word he wrote came from God. From his cell, he wrote the Book of New Covenants, a list of people he wanted dead with instructions to carry out the killings after he was gone. Ervil died in 1981. The last murders on his list happened in 1993, 12 years after he was gone. 4 people were killed in a single day. He never gave the order. He didn't need to. He had already written it down. Heaven's Gate. Heaven's Gate
That's
was started in the
insane.
1970s by Marshall Applewhite.
Yo, this Lil Uzi Vert.
Heaven's Gate.
I didn't know they was a cult though. Well, yes, I did, cause I googled it, didn't it? But, bro, wait, something ain't right, bro. What happened, bro? Didn't that? Y'all niggas don't know.
Heaven's Gate was started in the 1970s by Marshall Applewhite, a patient recovering from a heart attack, and Bonnie Nettles, the nurse who treated him. The two became convinced they had been sent to Earth on a mission from God. They taught that the human body was a trap, and that the only way to reach a higher world was to give up everything connected to it. That belief drove members to leave their families, hand over their possessions, and cut all contact with the outside world. Some went further. Several male members, including Applewhite himself, chose to be castrated as the ultimate proof that they were ready to leave their human nature behind. When Nettles died of cancer in 1985, it could have destroyed the group. Instead, Applewhite told members that her soul had already moved on to the next level, proving the teaching was real. Her death made the remaining members more devoted. For years, Applewhite told followers a sign would come to show them it was time. In 1997, scientists noticed the
Why are
Hale-Bopp
people
comet
so fucking
passing close to
stupid, bro?
Earth. Applewhite
I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know why some people are so easy to like persuade or whatever the fuck that word is. Like, nigga, if it's that easy, nigga, I'm just gonna go around asking random niggas for like $100. Like, cause like people just be bored, bro. It's deeper than that. Gotta be, cause like, nigga, you playing with religion, nigga, you playing with God, and ain't like, nigga, that's like fucking no. That's the biggest no ever, nigga. Like, nigga, you going to hell. No wonder, bro. Come on, son. I don't think you can say his name on Twitch, bro. Like, just say H and put some extracts or whatever the fuck. You can't say his name on Twitch, bro. You can. Since when? Y'all niggas be making y'all own rules, bro. I'm telling you, son. If I get banned one day because of you niggas, bro, don't look for me, bro. I quit. Nah, I ain't gonna quit. But like, that'll be fucked up though. Y'all get me banned, bro. Y'all just be typing shit. That shit gonna be fucked up.
said a spaceship was hiding behind it, waiting to take them. The only way to board it was to leave their bodies behind. On March 26, 1997, police found all 39 members dead in a rented mansion in San Diego. They had eaten pudding mixed with poison, drunk vodka, and covered themselves with purple cloths. They were found in neat rows,
It's
dressed
just a
in
sense
matching
of
black
cyber.
outfits and new Nike shoes. A small number of members who
You
were
say
not there
so.
that day kept the group's website running. It is still active and unchanged today. Branch Davidians. The Branch Davidians were a small religious group based in Waco, Texas. In 1987,
Wait.
David Koresh took control of the group
Yeah, this
by
it.
convincing members he was the only one who could truly understand the Bible. He told everyone he was a prophet and used that to take multiple wives, including girls as young as 12. Koresh built up a large collection of weapons at the group's compound, called Mount Carmel. He believed a final battle between good and evil was coming and wanted his followers ready to fight. By 1993, the compound held over 130 people, and the weapons had caught the attention of the government. When agents planned a raid, a local journalist accidentally tipped Koresh off. On February 28, 1993, over 70 agents stormed the compound. His men were waiting. 4 agents were killed and 16 were injured. With 4 agents dead, the FBI could not walk away. They surrounded the compound for 51 days and tried to talk Koresh out. He kept delaying, giving long Bible lectures over the phone and sending out a small number of children while keeping the rest inside. On April 19th, the FBI moved in with army tanks and pumped tear gas into the
Oh,
buildings.
bro, I wasn't gonna say it, but then I was gonna say it, but I wasn't gonna say it, but now I'm gonna say it. But I Nuki shit, nigga. The only thing that made me not was finna say it when they said something about them kids. But I ain't gonna fake. Them other niggas that and them grown niggas that believe this nigga talking about this shit, nuke, nigga. If it wasn't no kids in there, that shit getting nuke, bro. Y'all wanna believe this nigga nuke? No, bro. But this nigga straight. I know he in hell. I ain't gonna lie.
Force everyone out. A fire broke out. Whether Koresh started it or it was an accident has never been proven. 76 people died, including 25 children. Koresh was found.
You know how big a nuke is, nigga? Yeah. I ain't stupid, no. That should have wiped the whole city off the map. Cool. Fuck Waco.
Never been proven. 76 people died, including 25 children. Koresh was found dead from a gunshot to the head. Timothy McVeigh watched the siege on television. He believed the government had murdered innocent people. 2 years later, he bombed a federal building in Oklahoma City, killing 168.
You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm wrong for saying I nuke this nigga, but this nigga just bombed some shit. Like, come on, dog. Come on, dog. Come on, dog.
People's Temple. In 1955, Jim Jones started a church in Indianapolis built on 2 ideas: that all races were equal and that wealth should be shared equally. The message attracted thousands of followers. It also made him powerful friends in politics. Behind that image, Jones was already abusing members and stealing money. His connections kept investigators away. When journalists started digging, Jones moved around 1,000 members to a compound in Guyana in 1977, which he called Jonestown. He told them it was a place where they could live freely under his rules, away from the government. What they found was the opposite. Members worked long days in the heat, had their passports taken, and were drugged to stay in line. Jones told his followers the outside world was coming to destroy them. To prepare, he held late-night drills called White Nights, where members rehearsed drinking poison. In November 1978, U.S. Congressman Leo Ryan flew to Jonestown to look into abuse claims. When members tried to leave with him, Jones ordered his guards to follow them to the airstrip and open fire. Ryan and 4 others were killed. Jones knew that killing a U.S. congressman would bring authorities straight to Jonestown. With no way out, he ordered everyone to drink a fruit punch mixed with cyanide. Children were poisoned first. Guards surrounded the crowd to stop anyone from running. Those who refused were injected. 918 people died that day, including 304 children. Jones was found dead from a gun.
I ain't gonna. That's why I couldn't be like a nigga that's over operations. Like, bro, listen, gang, listen. Y'all see this nigga land on the ground dead, right? Bro, on my soul, I'm still standing over this nigga shooting his shit till like I just feel like letting my hand off the trigger. Like I'm not gonna stop. You wanna be that evil, nigga? And when your people, these niggas that love you, son, when they come see you like your funeral, your face gone. They can't even remember you, gang. Traumatized, like a fucked up face, you just dead. Cause like, it get to a point, like, bro, like, And for the congressman, like, bro, you a congressman. Why are you going over there by yourself? Bro, if you don't ask the fucking president to give you, like, nigga, some bodyguards or something, like, nigga. Like, bro, it's like niggas don't use their brain sometimes, bro. Like, niggas would call me dumb and then sweaty niggas be smart. Whole time. That shit's stupid.
Shot to the head. It was the deadliest attack on American civilians in history until September 11th.
This shit
Order
crazy.
of the Solar Temple. In 1984, Luc Jouret and Joseph Di Mambro started a secret society in Switzerland called the Order of the Solar Temple. They told members the group was built on the teachings of an old Christian military order called the Knights Templar, and that only a chosen few were good enough to join. That sense of being special attracted wealthy and well-educated people across Europe and Canada. Members paid large sums of money to move up through the group. The more money they put in, the harder it became to admit they had been fooled. Most kept paying rather than face that truth. At the higher levels, they were told that death was not an end, but a journey to a higher world near the star Sirius. Di Mambro made this easier to believe by using hidden projectors to create fake images of holy figures during rituals. When journalists and former members began exposing the group, it started falling apart. Facing public shame, the leaders decided to die and take their members with them. In October 1994, a 3-month-old baby was killed in Canada. The leaders believed the child was the Antichrist and had to be eliminated first. Same night, 48 members were killed in
I ain't gonna be able to
Switzerland.
watch it
Some
today.
drugged and shot, others burned alive. 5 more were killed in Canada. The following year, 16 more were found dead in France. In 1997, 5 more died in Canada.
What the fuck?
In total,
What the fuck
74
for,
people
Simon?
lost their lives. Many were murders made to look like they chose to die. Jouret and Di Mambro were found among the dead. Movement for the
Bro, I
restoration
did
of
that.
the Ten
I ain't
Commandments of
gonna lie.
God.
I
In
don't have time.
1989, Credonia Morinda and Joseph Kibwetir started a religious movement in Uganda. Both claimed to have visions from the Virgin Mary. Their message was simple: follow the 10 Commandments strictly, and God would save you from the end of the world. To avoid breaking the commandment against lying, members were not allowed to speak and could only communicate through sign language. They were also told to sell everything they owned and hand the money to the leaders. The group set December 31st, 1999 as the date of the end of the world. When nothing happened, members were furious and started asking for their money back. The leaders had already spent it. Giving it back was not an option, and letting members walk away and talk to the outside
that's
world
another
was too
thing.
risky.
And hear me out, bro. If I'm in a time, bro, they tell me this shit and they brainwash me, I'm still gonna have it in my mind. Nigga, December 31st don't come and we ain't been saved. Y'all finna die. And guess what? Guess what would have happened? December 31st ain't that happen. Exile. Like the fuck, man? These niggas why is you arguing with niggas about your money? Man, if you don't, man.
So they set a new date,
Pussy,
March
man.
17th, 2000, and began
Pussy
planning to
fuck.
silence everyone. The night before, the leaders held a large farewell feast. The next day, all 530 members were told to gather inside the church. Once
They finna
everyone was
burn that bitch
inside,
up, watch.
the doors and windows were nailed shut from the outside. The building was set on fire.
I knew
Everyone
it!
inside burned to death. In the days that
Bro.
followed, police searched the group's other properties and found hundreds more bodies in mass graves. Most had been poisoned or stabbed. The total death toll reached 924, making it the deadliest cult massacre in history. The leaders were never found. They are still wanted today. If you'd like to see more stories like this, make sure to subscribe and feel free to drop suggestions for the next video in the comments.
So they killed all them people and got away with it. Hopefully nothing like that happens in like today's time, bro. Hopefully like people like got brains now. Cause bro.